My man in the background said 5-2 is better than 2-5. The Eagles are back, baby. Let's go. Welcome, everybody, back to another episode of Monday Nights with the Money Pot Podcast crew. I'm the host. I'm the CEO. They call me Moss Money, and I got the GM, the owner, the eye in the sky, the man above, Ernie B. What's up, bro?
What's happening? What's happening, man? Happy to be 5-2 and not 2-5.
Yeah, that's what he said in the back, you know? Happy to be on the winning side.
It wasn't me, by the way, for anybody wondering. It wasn't me. There's another person, but, we'll get to that,
Oh, okay.
Also not Brent.
Okay, yeah. Brent's on the way, so we will get him in, in once he comes aboard. But the story of the day, man, your Philadelphia Eagles taking care of business against the Cincinnati Bengals, putting a whooping on that ass, belts the ass, as they say. Score was 37-17. Eagles looked good in pretty much all phases of football, and it felt good, right? It felt great. It felt amazing. And then Dallas lost. And not even the Dallas lost. They looked terrible. So everything was happy on Victory Monday. Gotta love to see it. But what I want to do now is I want to go into the deep of it, the weeds of it, what we saw, break it down, and see, is this a mirage? Is this an overreaction, or are we reacting in the right way? So we're going to do the good and bad. Obviously, we'll talk about the game. Last time I checked, I think they were up 3-0. I don't know what changed from the Steelers game. Let's see. Where is the Steelers game? Steelers up 6-3. Such a amazing game. I knew that game was going to be ass. I just know it. But getting back to our Philadelphia Eagles in that conversation. So I'm going to put up a couple banners here, man, and going to let you think about it for a second and then give me if you think this is an overreaction or I should have did this live. I should have even gave you guys the questions to prepare. The live questions might have been better. Might have been good to make you think. But, it didn't have that much time to get ready. So, first question or first kind of thought process. Quinyon Mitchell, defensive rookie of the year right now. Is this an overreaction or regular reaction? What you got?
I think at this point it's a bit of overreaction due to volume. He's still not targeted as a number one corner. That's Darius Slay's side of the field, who we can talk about later, but didn't play his best yesterday or 2 days ago. No, yesterday. That's right. The biggest thing with Quinyon, there's a lot of upside so far. I was a big fan coming out of college. He's got all the traits, a little bit of press man you want him to work on and kind of see more of, but that started to get worked in certain zone schemes where they've had him maybe start and press and just carry if the receiver's going deep. I've liked it. I think the defense as a whole has progressed to where we are. As far as Quinyon Mitchell, defensive rookie of the year, I'm not there yet. I think he's got to turn some of those forced incompletions into interceptions to be considered in that regard. But, I think the return on investment so far has been impressive.
Yeah, I'm on the other side of this. I don't think this is an overreaction. Let me bring up the odds right now for the defensive defensive rookie of the year. Right now, Jay Verse is actually leading at -110. Latte Latui Latte. Is that how you say it?
Latu.
Latu.
Yep.
Plus 750. And Quinyon Mitchell is plus 1,800. So, to your point, he's on the ballot, right?
Yeah, Yeah, but
if he gets a couple picks, especially that one pick six that he should have had, I forget who that was against. I want to say the Saints. He probably would be second. I don't feel like Versus having such a great year. We talk about
Versus is by far ahead of the pack. I mean, he's
an impact player for sure. But I think I think Mitchell just is right there too, man. Like I really do.
Sacks outweigh PBUs. So, sacks and pressures are always going to outweigh PBUs. Unless you're turning those PBUs into interceptions, you're not going to get regarded for defensive rookie of the year. I mean, it doesn't discredit the player. Like, it's just you're asking if the player's at here and he's here. He's not there yet, but I mean, he has been outstanding so far.
I don't think Jared Verse has that many sacks. That's what I'm kind of getting to.
Well, yeah, but the first defensive player wasn't picked till pick 15, and Quinyon was second. He was ahead of.
Yeah, he's only got 2.5 sacks
behind Jared Verse, but still, I mean, come on.
Oh man, nah, I'm not with you on this one, man. I can't smell the Kool-Aid on this one. Give me Mitchell for defensive rookie of the year. I got the bet in already. Maybe I'm biased.
Yeah.
Maybe. You talked me out of Saquon being offensive player of the year.
He's not going to be offensive player of the year. Quarterbacks outweigh running backs, man. It's the same thing as defensive ends. Like, look at where they're paid. Saquon's getting $13 million a year. You think just because he runs well, he's going to get offensive player of the year? No.
Because he runs well. Absolutely. If he leads the league in rushing,
Henry's better than him.
Yeah, Derrick Henry is on
ridiculous. Like,
yeah, he's on a historic run for sure. For sure, absolutely. I won't take that away from him at all. All right, I'll give you that. But we'll stay in the realm. We'll stay in the realm here. Okay, still talking Eagles. How about this one? Is this an overreaction or not? Best secondary in the NFC. And let's look at some.
I mean,
it might be easier on my phone because my computer.
It's a lot better.
They're coming together, bro.
I'm going to make a statement.
Make it.
The secondary is 100% better without Darius Slay and Avonte Maddox, and I'm so sorry, big play Slay.
Oh, is that that's a good one?
Those two are detrimental to this. Yeah, you should put that as. Has the youth movement truly come? Because Isaiah Rodgers was in phase with Jamar Chase that entire play leading up to the C.J. Gardner-Johnson interception, whereas rookie Jeremiah Burton, who I don't know what round he was picked in, he wasn't a first-round pick. So schooled Darius Slay, or let me just put out-muscled Darius Slay on a outside go ball. So I'll put it to you like this. We are in a better position with the younger guys on the field in the secondary, and it sure as hell looked like that helped our linebackers and our pass rush too.
Yeah, so the pass rush is getting a little bit home. Had some, fortunate, and we'll get to this later about, the competition where we haven't played really good offensive line. But, I would say, who said this? Chip Kelly said this: big people beat up small people. So, it is what it is. I think that is helping. Looking at the secondaries in the NFC, I would say we're up there in the top three.
Detroit's
pretty damn good. Arnold's pretty damn good. And I can't forget about Green Bay with Alexander out there too as well. Minnesota's not bad, but it could be more scheme in Minnesota.
Just to make a note, Xavier McKinney was the Eagles' top target this past cycle. So,
yeah,
he was the number one player they targeted, and he has been by far the most productive free agent out of any free agent this cycle, aside from Saquon Barkley or Derrick Henry.
Yeah, Saquon.
Well, I'd say we can 100%
defensively.
Yeah, he is so far the best defensive acquisition.
I agree. Defensively, yes, absolutely. But yeah, no, I mean, I don't think it's an overreaction too much.
The best secondary in the NFC.
Actually, you know what? It is an overreaction. It is an overreaction.
I think that we have the best. I think that it was so bad previously to Eagles fans that we are now in the position where there's a bright future, and let's just try not to jump the gun on it. I mean, Cooper DeJean played another hell of a game. Nope.
Sorry. Go ahead. My bad. My bad.
No, I was saying Cooper DeJean played another hell of a game.
Hell of a game.
I mean,
the Caucasian cornerback.
Hey, man.
Dude, I take it.
We got 2 white boy DBs.
Overreacted.
Blankenship and we got DeJean.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Cooper
DeJean.
DeJean. It's DeJean.
From motherfucking Iowa. Okay?
The
we got
John.
white dudes playing corner. What do you know about it? I mean, like, dude, it's this shit, dude. Like, I fucking love it. Like, but he played incredible. Okay. And it's not, I'm saying incredible because he's a second round pick, and like what he's able to do in a Fangio defense that is extremely complicated, match, carry, deliver, whatever, he played really, really well. Okay. Him and Quinyon Mitchell so far have played really, really, really well. And when given opportunities, they have gotten better each game. And I think that is best case scenario for the Philadelphia Eagles.
All right. So we'll leave that up. That is an overreaction of best secondary.
Avonte Maddox sucks. Correct.
Yeah. I mean, it is definitely.
I love Avonte. I'm sorry, man. I that's clickbait shit, but I love you, man. It's just it's gone. It's gone for you. You know what I mean? Like it's just not there. And what up, Don? Avonte Maddox is a Detroit man himself through and through. So I have a lot of respect for Avonte, but the league has passed you.
Yeah, no, it's looking like the things that Fangio is doing is working. Like another key one was Jordan Davis hasn't been on the field as much.
Well,
right? His snaps have been
a lot of snaps last game compared to what he did the previous game. But yeah, I mean, I think what we need to get to is the fact that the point of this, the main philosophy of, you could say defense in general, but especially here, is just matching the pass rush with the coverage. If you marry your pass rush with your pass coverage, you can get what we have now. And what we have now is a effective defense. Let's not forget the Bengals opened up. Joe Burrow was 11 for 12, 60 yards on the touchdown drive to Jamar Chase, 17 plays, 70 yards, 10 minutes. All right. But if you notice where they scored, they were playing a bunch of games. They were doing a bunch of motion that they had not done previously. They had not put on tape. It's only going to fool them so many times. The touchdown was scored where Jamar Chase was moved free. Nolan Smith picked him up. Nolan Smith is in coverage with Chase. I would hope to God Jamar Chase catches a touchdown pass in coverage on Nolan Smith. So the game moves on. The momentum shift was the Evan McPherson missed 54-yarder. That was a big one.
Yeah.
But the Devontae Smith touchdown was unreal. I mean, that's another great throw by Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts has started to come back a little bit. Not to dive too deep into this, but just saying like the momentum's starting to swing. But I think a lot of this momentum is coming from the youth movement. You know what I mean? These young guys are getting in. Rodgers subbing in, making that play. Stoutland University. Let's talk about Tyler Steen. He threw himself into that pile early on. And
Fred, that was a premier.
Fred Johnson, your boy. Hey, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go put that one on you. This Fred Johnson, your boy. He showed out. He showed out. He did the jersey swap with Trey Hendrickson after the game against his former team. I mean, we're talking about one man here makes that happen, guys. That's not that's not team to team in the NFL. Guys are not looking at their backup left tackle like he's got it. I mean, you're talking about. Look at what New York's thrown out tonight. Josh Azidu. I've heard multiple people in the NFL say that he's not worthy of playing left tackle in the league. So it's all relative, and where we are now is a good place to be in to where we left in the bye week.
Yeah. And speaking of Jalen Hurts, I do want to share this because as I got to show love. Part of my design for my thumbnail was borrowed from a young lady, or I'm not sure.
I saw that today. I love that. Love
that. Yeah. So I just want to give love to where love's due.
That was a great, absolute awesome drawing. It was a funny moment.
Yep. It
And
was
for
great.
all those who wear any sort of Jordan 4, those laces are
Absolutely.
extremely tight. I can only imagine on a cleat how that would feel. And then the fact that he just threw
Them
the
fours were hot though.
ice.
Them fours were
Bro,
better
those
than
3
11.
green 4s are ridiculous.
Them
Kelly
fours,
green
he
4
had the
cleats?
sparkles or whatever on them Jones. Them Jones was crazy.
Bro. I can't believe he's playing in those and his feet didn't hurt. That's what me and all my buddies were saying. I was like, dude, I hooped in those like twice and those shits hurt so bad.
Yeah.
Fours are non-operational. Like,
Yeah.
that is crazy, dude.
Fire. They were it was fire, but it was kind of dope. He retweeted this as well, but I used this drawing in my thumbnail, so I want to make sure that I didn't draw this.
No, shout out to the creator. Shout out,
absolutely.
100%. That is such a
It's
dope
dope.
drawing. What a great moment.
So there, it's at. If you want to follow this person, they actually do more drawings. They did a drawing, in Philly Stadium.
Blow up the profile, Nate?
Yeah, sure. So it's
DH.
Well, DH Dewana. I'm gonna assume that is. Don't give me the pronunciation. D.
Put the at in the comments.
Yeah. You know what? Good call.
Yeah,
see how you thinking on your feet? And here it is, the City Connect joint that they did too as well. Pretty dope.
Yeah.
Pretty dope art. Loves drawing Philly sports. So want to give him a follow. Go ahead. Got a shout out from Jalen Hurts himself retweeting it. So looks like she has she has an Etsy type deal as well. So make sure you go follow the creator, man. I don't want to take.
Let me know when the t-shirts drop. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, the t-shirt would be crazy.
Yeah, it'd be tough.
T-shirt would be dope for sure. Absolutely. So would Caucasian cornerback. Like I thought of that myself. Caucasian quarterback would be a great t-shirt. You know what I mean? But definitely fire.
I like a 33rd in Dijon.
Yeah. We can have some fun with some of that stuff, man. And then doing stuff for like soon, charity.
Play merch coming soon. It's all good.
Yeah,
Yanni 3-0.
Doing stuff for charity too.
100%.
Is
I know Saquon's doing a bunch of big stuff in the off season.
So I just dropped that in the chat for everybody too as well, the creator. So if you guys want to check that out, go ahead and check that out. All right, let's go to the next one. Now we started off, hype as hell, flapping the birds, the wings and everything, 5-2. But, and there's always a but, the competition been lacking. Beat the Bengals, who are 2-16, so not a good team, obviously.
2-16.
2-6 team.
No. They're 3-6.
Are they 3-6? They got 3? I thought they were
3-5. They should be 3-5.
Are they 3-5? I thought they were 2-6.
They were 3-5.
Ah, well, let me double check that. Let me fact check.
Bengals is. I'm not going to accept this.
2-6. Oh, yeah, you're right. So the Bengals are 3-5. The Browns are 2-6, and the Giants are 2-5. And speaking of the Giants, that score is tied up 6-6. What a great running in the game.
Go Steelers.
What a great game to watch right now. I know that game was gonna be ass. I didn't bet it. I was like, this game is ass. But
I don't touch the Steelers and Rossi.
Let's get your first thought process on this. Obviously, love to be here at 5-2, but competition definitely has been underwhelming.
Bill Parcells, dude. Bill Parcells. You play who the fuck you can play, okay? And the Browns just took the Ravens.
Is it an overreaction or not?
That's an overreaction, 100%. I mean, there's because look, the Browns just beat the Ravens. They just took the Ravens to the wire. The Ravens are one of the best teams in football. There's no one that's going to question me on that. Okay.
Yeah.
And you now go and you beat the piss out of the Giants on the road like you should. The fourth quarter didn't even need to be played in that game. They made that shown. And then you just went to Cincinnati and dropped 37 and beat them by 20. So don't talk to me. They are rolling after the bye right now. Now, is it to what we think the ceiling of this team should be after these 2022 expectations have been set. No, we're not there yet, but damn, dude, they are doing what they need to do. Jalen Hurts is throwing less than 30 passes a game. That's all you need to know. 14 last week, 20 this week. Just know that is the plan. That's the pivot. Run the ball, feed the monster. That's how it's going to go. Take shots off play action. This is all, this is how you win with what you got.
So I'm on the other side of this. I'm going to play devil's advocate. And I don't think this is an overreaction. I got a mild look on my face. Like, they're bad teams. Good teams beat bad teams. And that's what we saw, what we were supposed to do. But until I see them beat a playoff quality team, they are 5-2 right now. Yes, they're looking like the cream of the crop of the NFC East. Yes, they have a chance to maybe talk to Detroit.
But see, that's the thing.
It's going to be tough to see them versus.
We're not better than Washington yet. We haven't shown.
I see, but I sell on Washington. I don't think Washington's that good.
Washington they're floating on the highest mountain right now. They're doing what they're doing.
Yeah, like they beat a Chicago team.
But dude,
what did he throw for 50 yards, 80 yards in that game?
The franchise has never won in Cincinnati.
Oh yeah. I'm happy.
They beat the piss out of them. They wiped their ass with New York. I mean, Cleveland was a hard-fought win, but Cleveland, we did this shit, man. Cleveland was one of the best rosters in football. I mean, they on paper, Cleveland had Deshaun Watson was obvious. Kevin Stefanski is a 2-time Coach of the Year with Baker Mayfield and Joe Flacco. The only quarterback he's never been able to make it work with is Deshaun Watson.
He's washed.
Jameis Winston went out there and beat the fucking Ravens.
334 yards. And we called it. Just saying. We called it.
And the Eagles just won this game. They beat them. They beat the Giants. And the fourth quarter did not need to be played. We can both agree on that. There was no reason. The Giants gave up. They gave up. At home, they gave up. And then they go to Cincinnati in a game where Cincinnati is not a bad football team. Injuries can arise. But Cincinnati, in the way
I can't let you slide on that. 2-6 tells me that you're a bad football team.
They're not 2-6, man.
Well, 3-5.
They're 3-5. Let's talk about teams that are. Let's talk about how many NFC teams.
Just because they have talent doesn't mean 3 wins.
How many NFC teams have less than 3 wins?
How many NFC teams?
There are 3. It is the New York Giants, the New Orleans Saints, and the Carolina Panthers. The rest are all AFC. Miami, Cleveland, Las Vegas, New England, New York, Tennessee. If you're telling me that Cincinnati's not still in it, you're crazy.
They're not. They're not going to make the playoffs.
The whole division could, man. We can go to the playoff setup. I can do it right now.
They're not.
It's all on the NFL's website. You can look at all of it. It's.
They're not going
to. The Broncos are 5-3. Now the Broncos are sustainable 5-3.
Yes, I think they're for real.
No,
that defense is for real, bro. You can't tell me that defense isn't for real.
Good defense, man, but it's not. I mean, no.
Your man Surtain is out there. Come on,
one man.
One man takes away a field. Takes away that side of the field.
That side of the field, yeah. Unlike the boy Sauce Gardner, who looks like dog shit. And I'll admit, my boy Anthony Richardson might have committed to the streets more than football. It is what it is.
Yeah.
He's going to have a hell of a rap career.
He said, I'm tired. He's
going to have a hell of a rap career.
He said, I'm tired. Take me out. He did I've never seen a quarterback do that. Never
in my life.
Never in my life have I seen a quarterback ever take himself out of the game.
I've never seen that.
That shit was crazy. I was
on the phone with my boy earlier. I was like, yo, my dog. I was like, yo, my dog's gonna kill me for this one. I was like, bro, take himself out.
Oh man, like I can't. Who's it? Jim Isery is the
Jim Irsay.
Yeah. Oh, like I can't. He can't even think. Like, what am I watching?
I think Steichen might get the boot, man. That's gonna be rough.
No, he can't get the boot.
If Ballard goes, Steichen would go.
Because he inherited Richardson, right?
No, they drafted him.
Did he draft him?
Yeah, first year.
Oh wow.
Well, he didn't do anything. I mean, Ballard has full control, so.
Okay. I wasn't sure if he drafted him. I thought he inherited him.
No.
But yeah, no. I mean, since he's finished, tough
They're
division.
not finished, man. I
Yeah,
they've only lost by 8 points total in the entire season. They have a negative 8-point differential.
Hey, man,
The team right below the Miami Dolphins has a negative 60.
3-5.
The Carolina Panthers have a negative 147. I mean, just for perspective, the Eagles only have a positive 39. So
but they've had Joe for all 8 games. It's
gonna just I believe in good coaching. I just think the AFC is up for grabs. And you cannot say the AFC is not up for grabs. The Washington Commanders are 6-2, man. Like the Chicago Bears are 4-3. That was a 4-2 versus 5-2 matchup yesterday, man. That's insane.
Yeah,
Cardinals are 4-4. Also, Nate told me, Moss Money told me that the Cardinals and the Colts would suck, and they're both 4-4. And the Cardinals are fighting so far. So,
to be honest, the only thing to forget.
Damn right, Don. Damn right,
Don.
Don,
you've been rocking with me for years. Don't do that to me now, Don. No, see, but
damn right, Don.
Don, your team has been good forever. Well, not forever, but
forever. I was about to say, Don
not
went through
Detroit.
the lowest of the lows.
Last 2 years, it might feel like forever for Detroit fans. Not forever, you know what I mean? But
damn quick.
but again, I don't think this is an overreaction to point out the fact that the last 3 teams they have been lackluster. We talked about this 2 weeks ago. They should run the 4. We said it. They should go 4-0. We talked about it. We said they should go 4-0 in these next games when we talked about it on the bye. We knew they would be here. It's looking like it. And Jacksonville is coming here and limping in. Dougie P's coming here and limping in.
I'm pretty sure we switched up the Jacksonville and Cincy. I'm pretty sure I gave them a Cincy. You have said they were going to win the Cincy game all year. I've been weary about this game. This game's been a little weird. Now, Jacksonville is the one where I was like, they're going to wipe the rest of Jacksonville. And you said that they were going to be a little,
Yeah, I think it was a spot with Doug coming back. But now, looking at
the absolute shit out of Jacksonville. And here's a hot take, fans. They won't.
First quarter.
They should beat the fuck out of Jacksonville. I'm talking about wipe their ass. It should be 42-7. They won't.
First, and here's a little spoiler. Here's a little gem bet that I'm already eyeing up. They will finally win the first quarter in this game. Finally win the first quarter. Jacksonville's coming here. Their whole I think I just saw Kristen Kurt is out, right?
Christian Kirk's out for the season.
And Thomas is still being evaluated. Gabe Davis still has that knee injury.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Darby was trashed anyway. Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Darby and who was the other one? There was, I thought there was another start. Oh yeah, both their left guard and right guard got hurt.
I mean, they
it's a wrap. That game's good. That's a good game to go to because they should whip their ass and you should be drunk.
They should, but like I said, they won't. You heard it here first. They won't whoop their ass.
We'll see. We'll see about that. All right. Let's keep it going. What else I got on the docket? Let me see here. Oh, that's right. You did say this one already. I didn't update it. It was actually my next overreaction or not. Running the ball key to success. And you said it already. Is running the ball key to Eagle success moving forward. Knowing now, I want you to put your GM hat on. I want you to put your Howie, your Lori, and you know what they want from this team. You know what they want from this team. Are you going to tell me that running the ball?
Do you want to win or do you want to look better than Andy Reid? That's my question.
So is this an overreaction?
Right now, Andy Reid is struggling and they're not lighting the league up. So they're accepting the fact that we look better running the football.
We do look better. I think I'll go first. I don't Now I want to go first, but now that I'm thinking about it. Because Jalen's part of the run game. And I think if Jalen,
you allow him to be.
Yeah, when you allow Jalen to be a part of the run game,
throw the ball 40 times a game, he cannot be a part of that run game.
Yeah, exactly.
Not enough pigskin to go around.
Yeah, they did some RPOs. I
passes,
saw last week. It was been a while since I've seen some traditional RPOs too.
I ain't seen Jalen move like that since Buffalo last year. Straight up. Straight up. Yeah. I ain't seen him move like that since Buffalo last year. And that's me being as honest as possible. I mean, he showed the fact that when allowed, he can 1-2 go. And if that's what it has to be, then he's got a 1-2 go.
Yeah, I think we're on the same board with this one.
It's just a matter of, it's not of, and like Nick Sirianni said, damn right, we're a running football team. Well, yeah, I mean, if you took a macro perspective and you looked at the roster and you'd say, yes, their offensive line is really good, their receivers are really great, but you could technically run 12, and that's a running team. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
like that's kind of like just this is the way they need to win. They've shown it. I mean, 14 passes thrown last week, 20 thrown this week. I mean, they're showing you. Actions speak louder than words. This comes down to what can the team do to win, and what will ownership let them do. And I think that the league has just been so whatever this year that there's no standard to appease to. There's no team throwing for 500 yards right now. So
yeah, scoring is. I think they had a thing, right? Scoring's down, right?
Yeah, so it's just a matter of win the game, and luckily they're going for it. So we'll see how long it lasts.
So no overreaction to this.
I mean, the city's going to want them to run the ball.
Yeah, the city wants
500 times a game. Yeah. Like, it is what it is. Yeah. Right now, they're doing what's best for the roster. I think that's just the way it is.
Yeah, I agree. Because sooner or later, AJ Brown's going to be like, I want the ball.
He's still getting the fucking ball. Him and Devontae are putting up great stats. He still had 80-something yards last week. Like, these dudes don't get 170 yards a game. Like, it's not possible. You can still have 1,000 yards. You know what I mean? And get 80 yards a game.
All right. So no overreaction. I like it. All right. Next one. I think you kind of hit on this one as you were talking before. We won't see that old Jalen Hurts from the Super Bowl. He's peaked. He's already hit the ceiling. Right?
No. I mean,
do you think we'll get
but I think there's a chance. I think so, but then I think there's a chance that I think there's a part of me that thinks there's a chance that he can continue to expand. But I think that coaching wasn't willing to reel him back into shape. And if we can put Mahomes to the standard that we hold Hurts to, then he's being reeled back in by Andy Reid right now, which Reid has done with his quarterbacks his entire career. Because he gets a little loosey-goosey.
Yeah.
Hurts got a little loosey-goosey for a little too long, and now we're at where we're at. I mean, Super Bowl season Hurts still wasn't that great statistically. He didn't throw for 5,000 yards or anything.
I don't. Yeah, he's never going to throw for that. That's not.
No, that's what I'm saying. So it's like, I think yesterday's performance is what you want. You want under 30 attempts, preferably under 28 is where I'm happy, and you want those rushing attempts. And it's not QB draws out of shotgun.
Yeah.
It's counters with a pulling guard that allows him to hit the outside edge and use his shiftiness to get extra yardage. And then when the strength comes into play, he's able to muscle a guy out of the way for a couple yards. It's just, I think it's more, I think they're simplifying things, and they're realizing that they don't have to overcomplicate everything to be okay, because they do have a lot of talent. They just can't be so stupid that it looks like a, Madden on easy offense.
Okay. Yeah, so I don't think this is an overreaction take either.
No, I mean, he is what he is at this point.
Yeah, he's a winner, is what he is. Yeah. He is a winner. That's what he does. He won't throw, like you said, for over 4,000 yards. Really, he'll probably rush.
I think would be my number. I think maybe in his career year he'll hit 4,000 or something like that.
Yeah, that'll be his peak. That's his, for sure. And it's crazy because there's so much offensive firepower for him not to hit 4,000 yards. Is this?
Well, there is, but if you are done with the game by the fourth quarter, though, you know what I mean? What does it matter? Like they were wrapped up with the Giants, and that's how a lot of it went in the Super Bowl season. They would go up so quick that, the backups are playing cleanup at this point. And I know Jalen had a little problem with it being pulled early against the Giants. So you saw, I don't know if you noticed, he played deep into the game, but it was just a no throw. He wanted to operate the offense. It's his offense. Let the backups come in. Let him operate it. It's fine. However you want to do it. If you're cool with losing the rush,
he didn't get that touchdown, man. He looked good on that run.
Like I said, man, they look the best they have since I watched them play Buffalo last year. They have not at all looked as much as just, it sounds so stupid, but just as a unit. They did not work together like that since then.
All right. So I think that begs the question, right? We talked about success for them. We talked about running the ball. We talked about the secondary. We talked about the young guys starting to really step up and understand how to play in the NFL. I think it begs the question now. I kind of, with Don out there talking about Detroit, is this team a real threat in the NFC? Is that an overreaction?
I think to this point, it's up in the air.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's an overreaction.
I just think it's too much. I just don't think there's really any solidified contenders just yet. I think there's a lot of teams that have to kind of prove themselves, like Minnesota, Washington.
Well, we know it's always tale two halves, right?
And that's kind of the we never.
But I'm just looking at right now where we see, taking teams for what they are. I mean,
Detroit's the best team in the NFC.
Detroit's definitely the best. I would agree there.
Where do they compare with the NFC East? I think they're up with it. I think the NFC East is a crapshoot. There's a chance any team in there could win it besides the Giants.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Dallas will ever get right. Something's
wrong. I would like to think so, but they just continue to be in these games. Whether they, we'll see. Once I fully see the gas leave the tank there.
Well, it's that offensive line is struggled. They have no run game, and throwing the CD is just not working anymore.
It worked last night as far as stats go, but I mean, we'll see. Like I said, they might go and beat the Eagles 35-7. So that's.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but I do think this is a overreaction. I got to see more. It's too, like you said, it's really early. Still, we're just getting.
The NFC is too good right now it's too lopsided. The NFC is too heavy, and the AFC is too light. It'll eventually. It'll even out.
It'll correct itself. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see who continues to rise and be and kind of be the cream of the crop. So yeah, I do agree with you here. I think this is an overreaction. Is this team a threat in the NFC? Not yet. Looks good though. Excuse me. Looks good though. Definitely looks good. Right now, for those if you're even watching the game, I think that game I saw was 9-6 still Steelers. I mean, when they booked this game, what were you thinking? Russ wasn't here. Then, why would you put this game on Monday Night Football? What makes you Saquon Barkley and JJ Watt? What was the thoughts? You know what I mean?
Giants in Munich, Germany, man. They don't care about us.
It's been nothing but field goals. It's 5 field goals in the game. Oh man, terrible Monday night game. All right, we're gonna go to my boy right now. We're gonna go to my boy. I need y'all to tell me, is this an overreaction? Nick Sirianni is a good coach. He is a good coach.
Baldiani's 3-0, bro.
And Nick, we trust. Is that an overreaction? Does he still have his quirky ways? Because they've all come out and said the right things. This is the Nick that we want. This is the Nick that we need. We want Nick to be his authentic self. In Nick, we trust, because all of media, all of social media in Philadelphia has been getting this guy out here. And I haven't heard a peep or anything about him on this run and how good the Philadelphia Eagles have been. Has he righted the ship in the locker room? Maybe. Have they got behind him? Maybe. Is it more the coordinators and the talent? Maybe. Probably. But it doesn't matter who is the captain of the ship. So if you can rip off the man's awards for the compliments he has, you better make sure you pin them motherfuckers back. And Nick, we trust.
I don't give a fuck what you say, dude. 39-19. You guys can all go fucking suck a dick. He's 39-19, man. Until he's not winning football games, like, just shut up.
Right.
Because it's fucking stupid. It's a waste of energy. Like, I'm sorry.
Hell no, fire that bum. Yeah, there you go.
That's fine. That's fine. Say it all you want. One more game's a year, boy, up to this point. So, and that's the only two alive is Sirianni and Dan Campbell. But I mean, it's 39-19. It's the second highest winning percentage among active head coaches. So,
yeah, they don't give him the credit though. It's everybody else. It's the coordinators. It was Steichen. It's the talent.
I got one for you. I got one for you as far as coaching players and all that. Zach Bond and Vic Fangio will get credit for this, even though he calls plays from the booth. Zach Bond and Nakobe Dean were the highest rated linebackers in all of football on Sunday.
Zach Bond's on a Pro Bowl run, my opinion.
Nakobe Dean has been playing like a stud these past couple of weeks.
Yeah, no, he's been playing really well. Well, they learned to blitz him.
Well, I don't even think it's that. I think the fact that they're starting to understand the coverage of match, carry, deliver to its core. But you know what the point of match, carry, deliver is? How good your star player is. And star is not talking about how good they are. That's your nickel. Because Vic Fangio would beat us all up if we said that nickel was a corner. It's not a corner. It's almost a linebacker, basically.
Yeah.
But DeJean is so far ahead of Maddox, man, that a lot of that is why the defense looks where it's at. Is because the movement of the star in a Fangio defense, that freedom of that position. I mean, if you have the chance to pull up that fourth down stop against Jamar Chase, that's a perfect example.
It was
sitting here doing this, and DeJean just followed.
They made it easy. I thought it was an easy play diagnose. Like, it was a good play, right? Because it was a big play with fourth down. The kid made a play, but
dude, he is a free release against a match, carry, deliver system. If all you have,
like, it's like I didn't feel like. I felt like Maddox could have made that play too. I don't feel like Maddox couldn't have not made that.
Maddox does not deserve to be on the roster, as much as I hate to say it.
And that's fine, but I still think he could have made that play. That wasn't like a spectacular.
He hasn't made the play, and that's the point that I'm trying to make to you. And the fact that Jermaine Burton schooled Darius Slay, it's time to admit that Darius Slay and Avonte Maddox don't deserve to be on the field anymore. And the field tells you when to get off the field.
I can't say that about Slay just yet.
Dude, I'm a big fan, but it's
like Rodgers had one play.
It has nothing to do with Rodgers. It has the fact that the man opposite of him is showing you what he once was. And then you're getting beat by Jermaine Burton, a rookie. And
but he also
all Burton did was push off.
Give or take, Slay makes plays. Like, give or take, you see he makes some plays.
He hasn't made a play this year, man.
And I think in that game, back in the end zone, he had a breakup. That was third down. That was a big stop.
Breakup, catches, and touchdowns.
Say that again.
Breakups to catches and touchdowns.
Yeah, man. I don't know. You little hard. I love the youth movement, but Slay's still a starter in this league.
34 years old, dude. I would not be.
I'm not saying he lost a step.
At the end of the year, if he retires at the end of the year, I would not be surprised.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to retire.
He won't be playing for Philly. I can tell you that.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm getting that I got that video so we can watch the play real quick, diagnose it real quick. Any moves? I did see something on Twitter. I did see that they said Eagles are always active. Said Howie's really active. I still think we need a pass rusher. I really do. I know I've dogged
Darius Smith. makes the most sense for the Eagles because Bryce Huff would not have to give up snaps.
Why he plays on the opposite side?
No, he can play hand down in the dirt. He's big enough to play. He's a 4-3 end, so he would be able to play like a Brandon Graham role, but with more strength and youth probably on his side. Byron Young's not really working out for them. They didn't hit on that, so they need to get a defensive tackle or a 4-3 defensive end to play because they're not gonna bench Bryce Huff or Nolan Smith or Josh Sweat. That's not happening.
Yeah, no, it's not happening. I thought Booker's been playing well. Okay, he's okay. I don't know. I don't think he's a starter, but he's a good rotation.
No, he's been good, and Moro Ojoma has been really well. He's played great, but usually we keep way more DTs than we have right now. So,
but you are in agreement as a defensive lineman if they need another.
If anything, they're not adding anything but a defensive lineman. It would not be. I mean, the only one that I've heard that, and this is completely up in the air, would be the Giants. Apparently, are throwing around Evan Neal, and if he was to go for a low price, I would see the Eagles not being able to turn that down. But then again, I don't think the Giants would trade him at a low enough price that they would be interested. Zadarius Smith out of the Browns makes the most sense for the Eagles.
I've been waiting for him. When he gets on the field, he pops on the film for sure. And I don't even watch film.
Understand his athleticism quite yet.
Yeah, I'm a big Hunts guy. I've been dog walking fucking Nolan Smith for years.
3 sacks in 3 games.
So is Sweat. Who cares?
Josh Sweat, you're paying him $10 million if he's not getting me a couple sacks.
Not you too, man. He's not good. I'm telling you. No. Josh is okay. I'm talking about Nolan.
And remember, Josh is relative, dude. He has a bone-on-bone knee. Josh was the best player in all of high school football at one point, and then went to college, was like the best player in all of college football, and then just fucking disappeared because he blew his knee up. But
yeah, no, I've heard that story. But in terms of Nolan Smith, somebody else said something to me about we're clocking. Like, if you got to tell me by year 3, year 4 that now Nolan Smith has a ride, you've already made my point. I'm a big Brandon Graham fan, huge Brandon Graham fan.
Can you tell me what year he took off? Because
so Graham got hurt, right, towards ACL. What, that second year, or was that the first year?
Even second or third, yeah.
I think it was his second year. And then remember, Chip Kelly came in. They switched defense, put him outside linebacker.
Talking about leaving.
Then he talking about leaving, and then I think he got hurt again. He did. He had 2 season injuries. One was the ACL. I thought he blew out his Achilles, too, as well.
Achilles was the most recent one, so I don't think that was.
Yeah. So, but he's the thing about Graham is that Graham's never been a double-digit sack guy. He's always been a stout pass rusher and a stout run defender, and they took him in a position of need. And not even that, he shined in the Senior Bowl. Remember that year? He absolutely destroyed in the Senior Bowl. So I have a affinity for
the lineman from what's that kid's name? Danny
Watkins,
the offensive lineman. No, the offensive lineman they took.
The fireman.
Yeah, what's his name?
I think it was Danny Watkins.
Yeah, Danny Watkins. Yeah. I didn't hear you say Watkins. Yeah. Trash. Yeah, it's like Marcus Smith. Trash.
Yeah, Marcus Smith was trash.
And Earl Thomas should have been the Brandon Graham pick. And and guess what? Joey Porter Jr. should have been the Nolan Smith pick, but here we are.
Yeah, or Brian Branch? Was Branch there too, I think?
Next draft.
He was out there. I think Branch was there.
The same draft, but Joey Porter, you're talking about a nickel player. They would have never taken him. Joey Porter Jr. was the outside corner there.
Right.
Who has been very good for the Steelers.
All right, so let's look at the play real quick that we want to Google up Gaga over the homie DeJean.
Burrow deals to Chase.
All right, so let's go back here just a tad. All right, now you don't think so? He's doing a little yo-yo motion, as they call it. He's got free range, right? Balls off. So
Cooper has to make the final call on this play to everybody.
yeah,
On
you
whether
don't
to
think
pass
you
off.
don't
Fangio
think
is built on match, carry, deliver.
I don't know, bro. I think Mattis can make that play, man.
You're ridiculous, dude. You haven't watched. If you're going to say Maddox can make that play, I'm sorry, Dave. You have not watched a lick of Eagles football this year. You should have watched Maddox chasing Gesicki to the sideline last week. He sat there. He did this. Yesterday, he did. I mean, dude, it was bad.
We act like Gesicki's not like a
Gesicki's fucking ass. You can't sit there
He's
talking
ass?
about the Bengals. Come on, man.
I don't know about
Maddox
that.
is watching. This is what you should be doing. You should be able to walk a player down on this because, like, I agree with you. The motion is not that crazy, but he stayed disciplined. He didn't question it. He didn't pass it off. He didn't do anything. Go back to the start of the play. Watch his hand on the hip of the linebacker. His hand on the hip of the linebacker. He's there. He's waiting. You see?
Yeah, he's right there. Yeah.
Let him know. All right, I'm leaving. I'm going to this side, right? Gardner Johnson, I believe, is at the line of scrimmage. Breaks off. Gardner Johnson breaks off his blitz. Could be a follow, and DeJean closes, makes a great play.
I'm not saying the kid didn't make
it's
a great
play. Perfect execution of Fangio defense. Whether DeJean is great or not, could care less. That is how you execute this defense to its highest regard. And whoever does that, put them on the field. That's all I care about. I don't want freelancing. I want players who do their job. And that right there is do your job.
So, why is Gardner down there? What is Gardner doing? Who's
He's
he
on
on?
a nickel blitz. He's on a nickel blitz, but he bails.
No, he didn't blitz.
But he's showing blitz. Look, he's there to pick up. He's watched the cross.
He's got to be eye to eye with the running back right there.
No, the off-ball tight end. Because Smith crashes.
So you got Smith crashing. So where's the ball? Here's the ball. I wish I had a pointer on my joint.
Yeah, trust me, the little clicker.
Yeah, the little click pointer, so we could be on the screen.
Amazing. You just sit there and stop. You see where you fucked up, son?
Yeah.
Right here, your ass.
Yeah, so that's a tight end. That split is a little bit wide.
Yeah, all right. So the tight end split, right?
Yeah, he's
breaking.
He's a little split. Yeah, I don't.
So you
like,
see,
it's a weird formation.
When they have lined up heavy out to this side, the DB has blitzed. They've sent that free, but Gardner Johnson hesitates, right? He hesitates.
Well, I think he's waiting for
Dean. Notice Bond and Dean still there watching the traffic.
Yeah.
Gardner Johnson made the right read, in my opinion. In my opinion, watching this play, and again, guys, we are evaluating something we don't know the call. In my opinion, I think that Gardner Johnson is supposed to read the backfield, and he plays it to the flat.
No, I think so. What happened was it looks like it's a delayed release from that tight end. So you see Smith on the left down there. You see the flanker, and then you see the tight end. He's looking right at the tight end. The tight end doesn't do anything.
Move, so he releases right here.
So he releases, but the tight end does a delayed release. So if Joe
DeJean would have the best read on this play, though, as far as goes.
And the reason why I said that, so my thought is this concept offensively, when you look at it, that flanker receiver is supposed to knock DeJean off.
But he picks up who is at their blank. No, that's Rodgers. Rodgers, the outside corner there, breaks off because Smith and Gardner Johnson crash.
Right. So that flanker, my thought is that it's almost like a natural rub.
Yeah, but he avoids the rub. You're right. No, you're actually correct there.
Yeah, he avoids the rub.
Yep.
Right.
He avoids the rub completely.
Yeah, he avoids the rub. Probably.
Honestly, dude. Honestly,
if you think about it, he made a great play. He made a better play.
That's another great play by Isaiah Rodgers, man. That's a business decision play for most corners. Because
he goes around. Yep. Honestly, he should undercut this.
No, you can't though, because you're Gardner Johnson's essentially playing up.
No, because Cooper would be where the arrow is after 4th and 1.
Yeah.
Cooper would be underneath that. So his angle would be a little bit better. If Joe puts the ball where Joe
you're right. He could break outside if he puts
it.
But he can't because Gardner Johnson closes so quickly. We have to. The way I put this is great communication on the back.
That looks like it hurt, don't it? Right there, he hits him in his leg. Jesus. like that.
Yeah, that don't look,
look like
that
it
doesn't
hurts.
look good. But hey, if you can play this to the point where if it'll show it where Gardner Johnson talks his shit, it's funny.
Yeah,
Look
little
at it.
bitch.
Yeah,
Little
oh
bitch.
yeah, right there.
You know what he said? Caucasian cornerback, bitch.
Yeah, he said CC 33, bitch.
He said Caucasian cornerback, bitch.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
Look at
Diagnosed
CeeDee.
perfectly by the rookie
And
Dajee.
look at it.
Back
No,
real quick to the start of it. I just have a quick question from
Yeah.
a defensive line point of view.
yeah, go ahead.
All right, so where we are, Joe Burrow sees single high safety.
Yep.
So, assuming the job, I believe that's what Carter and Ajomo there. I don't think it's Davis.
I can't tell.
It would most likely be Milton Williams or Moro Ajomo. I'm going to
Yeah.
guess Williams and Carter there.
Yep.
If you see they're both lined up, what is that? What would you say? A 3 and a 1, maybe?
I don't think he's lined up on the center. Let's see. No, he is lined up on the center. So 1 and a 3. Yep.
Yeah, so you have a 1 and a 3 here.
Who is that?
And then you have 2 edge rushers, right? And then you notice Dean is your sim rusher.
Right.
So that's man, Fangio's defense is starting to work like it's supposed to, man.
I think that's Davis. Because he just bullies him. You see the guard go
I think that's 97 or 93, dude. If it's 97, that's Ajomo, man. Moro, I'm telling you, Ajomo's put great tape on this year.
Yeah. And then who's that on the right though? That don't look like Carter. Carter gets up the field a little bit more better than that.
So Bond's in the middle, Dean's there. Graham, that's Graham on the outside.
Yeah, I'm talking about with the double team in the middle of the field.
Oh, Carter is usually the one.
Yeah, but it does. I mean,
Carter's 98 and the inside man, I believe.
Whoever the guy in front of Joe is getting buried. Like that guard is getting killed.
I think that's Carter that does. I think that's Carter. He's so good, man.
Let me see if any of the boys come over. Let's see.
97.
97.
It was actually Moro Ajomo and Milton Williams.
Yeah, it's Milton. Yeah,
there's no
no starters were in on that
one. Dogs on that play. That's
how
you know their D line is deep, dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think that's 97. I'm telling you, man.
97 is Moro Ajomo.
Yeah, he's been playing well.
Great tape on, dude.
He's been playing well. Yeah, that's 97. That's 97. Yeah, that's 97.
Just smoke him. Smoke him.
Yeah, that's good shit. And then one thing I like about this one,
ET, just so everybody knows.
Look, he's Stonewall face.
Dude, I'm telling you.
Cooper's Stonewall face. You know what I mean? Look at his face. Just Stonewall. Like that's the reason why I like that, because that tells me he's confident. Like, y'all fucking kidding me? Y'all gonna run that bullshit?
Look, you want me to give it to you, Nate, honestly, and I want to tell the Philly fans this. I am a huge Darius Slay fan. And he doesn't even like to use the name Darius. He likes to be called just Slay or Big Play Slay. I own an Eagles 24 Slay jersey.
Yep.
First year he was here. That's how much I love him. Avonte Maddox, drafted here. I'm another big fan. But the kid is these guys are just not there anymore. And when you have these younger guys, that's the name of the league. This is the name of the game.
Yeah.
This is how this shit happens. And Rodgers puts reps like that on tape. Bring up what Nate just said. To sacrifice yourself to that rub route, to take that beyond 5 yards is not like an average cornerback in the NFL. That is a guy that's trying to win a job. That's a guy that's trying to get on the field. And those guys will beat these veterans. That is my take. That's where I will put it. To try to get J.C. Horn, Don is one of my favorite players in the league. I am a huge J.C. Horn fan. J.C. Horn has not worked out injury-wise. The Eagles are also not in a position where they are looking at anything. And I mean anything in the cornerback market. Yeah, they are beyond deep at corner. Safety is a question that I have heard rumored. I personally believe they're going to do nothing there.
Yeah, I don't think
there is anything going on in the Philadelphia Eagles trade market. It will be in the defensive line, whether that be a defensive tackle, defensive end, edge rusher, whatever you must. They are good, as far as I've heard, everywhere else. Let's just look towards.
And people forget, even though they hate him, who's old boy got hurt this year? Who moved the safety? from corner?
James Bradbury.
Bradbury.
I lost $100 to Nate over James Bradbury being on the initial 53. And I might set myself up to lose another $100 to Nate. I tell him that he will be moved by the trade deadline. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no, I won't bet that because I have no idea. But I think he stays on the team. He gives him a depth piece, especially
I
at
think
safety.
it's still in the Devin White, man. I think how he's trying to bleed a turnip.
Because Reed, every year Reed gets run down just a little bit because he plays so much.
They have Andre Sam and Tristan McCollum and Sidney Brown.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about Sidney. Sidney played last game too, right?
He played. And remember that rolling dime that I told you Avante was playing? That's the role Sidney Brown needs to play.
I forgot about Sidney. He's a little wild, but if he learns how to play under control, he'll be fine.
Yes. Yeah, a bit of a Tasmanian devil. But,
he's a little wild.
Shit, yeah. I'm all for it.
Yeah. Hey, man, great conversation on the Eagles.
On to Jacksonville. We got the Dougie P reunion. Kelly Green game, by the way.
Is it the Kelly Green game?
Yep, Kelly Green game. Just so I'm ahead of Nate again on the Kelly Green, just so you know.
I got the Kelly on, boy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's minimal Kelly.
Minimum.
Kelly, you gotta go Kelly. Little Kelly here, little Kelly here.
That's just enough. All you need is a little bit of color, just a touch.
He said just a little bit.
Just a touch. Well, right now the Giants and Steelers are having a shootout, 9-9, all field goals. So be sure to go check that out and make sure you also come back for Wednesday nights, gambling nights, Thursday as well for our free bets for the week. And we will be back next Monday talking.
Next time the Eagles lose, I will battle Brent verbally on why they don't suck, but they might suck. I don't know, but we haven't lost.
Yeah, I can see him coming on here to spot. This is what I was talking about, Nate. They don't run the ball.
Hey, look. Can we close this out with Baldiani 3-0? That's all I'm saying.
I hear that.
That's all I'm saying. I might shave my head for the next episode.
Oh, shit. I want to see that. I hope you guys are back here for next Monday. Thank you for joining. Enjoy your night. I'm Moss Money. That's Ernie B. We will see you guys next week.